Hi, my name is Callie Dompier. I am going to be your instructor for this Intro to College Math course this semester. I wanted to make this video to introduce the course because we're not going to see each other that often. I have videos, but we're not meeting for any lectures, so there won't be any Zoom time where we're actually talking to each other. Do feel free to email me about any question that you do have. I think it's better to err on the side of asking me how to do something, especially when it comes to like registration, than doing it and not being sure that you're right because it is such an independent course. If it's a technical problem with either there's an application called HonorLock or a technical problem with XYZ homework, those are separate applications not managed by Carl Albert. So you want to reach out to that support for the technical part of it. But if you have other questions about the course, please let me know just via email and I will try to answer as soon as I can. So I'm going to go through our Blackboard and I'm going to go through the XYZ homework website, which is a third-party website. You pay $45 for access. You have that access for a year. So if you have another math class to take through Carl Albert, and the instructor offers XYZ homework, you will not have to pay to get that access again. That access is for the work that you do, and it's also for an e-textbook. So if you are comfortable not having a hard copy of the textbook, that would be the only fees you have to pay for this course. All right, so I'm going to switch to the screen view and I'm just going to take you through our course. All right, so we would not start there. We would start here. This is what you should see when you log into our Intro to Math Spring 2024 course. There will be an announcement there, but today there's not an announcement yet. So we'll just go straight down this list. If you go to lecture notes and videos, you will see something at the very top called an exam formula sheet. This is just me giving you a PDF of the paper that you are allowed to use during all the exams. Okay, so you're not using your own notes for the exams, but you are using this piece of paper. This is a bit blurry, the photo, it looks like on my screen at least, but there's always a PDF of both this one and the schedule because a PDF is much easier if you want to print it off. My screenshots that I then stick into Blackboard are not as good, not as high quality. So that was the first one. If you want to go back and you don't want to go all the way back to here and you don't want to X out over here, you can just go click right here, one level above where you were. So lecture notes and videos outlines everything by time. So today is January 17th if you're watching this or later. And this will tell you when everything is due. And when you click on it, you get a window that says videos. So there will be and then if you click on this, it just opens a YouTube link to a lecture video. Good. But if we go back, we also have just the title of the lecture. And that means that I have given you the PDF that I'm using during the lecture. Again, this course is self-paced, so you are not required to print this off. You are not required to take all the notes I take. I would like you to watch the videos. I would like you to take notes, but don't only take notes on the things that you need to understand. If you don't understand something, you can reach out to me and I'll make you another video further explaining some of the smaller points. All right, so back to Unit 1. So there's Unit 1. Goes through February 19th, and then we will have an exam on February 19th. The exams will open 4 working days before they are due. You can take the exam 4 days early. You can take the exam the last day. It doesn't matter. If something says that it is optional on the assignment title, it will not impact your final grade. You can do it to prepare for something else, but if you don't do it, it's not going to affect your grade. So there's Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. So there are 4 exams for this course. They are all required. And then there is a final exam. So exam 4 will be taken on the Monday of finals week, but it is not our final exam. The final exam will happen on Wednesday of finals week, but it is not required. once you've finished the course, you know how you feel about your math, kind of like your ability to retain everything from January to May. The final exam, oh, and you're looking at your 4 grades for the exams. And you see that there's one that's lower than you would like. We're not going to retake exams, but you can take the final exam. And then if that grade is higher than one of your 4 previous exams, I will go in and I will replace one of your 4 previous exams with the final exam. So it is not a required final exam. It's an optional final exam that covers all the content of the course. You do not have to take it. If you take it and you score higher than one of your previous exam grades, it will replace that exam grade. Good. But there is an exam 4 on finals week. So you can take it before finals week, but just because there's no final exam doesn't mean don't take exam 4. And I know I'm going in kind of an odd order. I probably should have started with the syllabus, right? So those are lecture notes and videos. Again, you have the PDF of the notes and you have a video of me explaining how to do the content. All right. These video titles, for example, lecture video 0.1 to 0.2, that's going to cover 2 different assignments in my math lab. 1.1 to 1.5 is going to cover all of the assignments between 1.1 and 1.5 in my math lab. So you don't have one video that exactly like watch a video, do the homework. It's usually watch a video and then do 2 homeworks. And you can pause the video halfway through. You can watch the video while you're doing the homework. You can do it however you would like. All right. Well, after that, should we, then I'll go down to XYZ homework. I'm going to skip honor lock for now. So if you click on XYZ homework in my math, sorry, in Blackboard, it will take you to this page, this tab. The first one is just how, it just opens the website. You're going to student sign up. And then this is what you do. Okay. Sign in with your student account or create your account. You should use your Carl Albert email because we communicate through, it's easy to send me an email through XYZ homework. So you want to use an email that you use a lot. Make sure, well, it would be helpful to me if you used the same name in creating your XYZ homework account as is in your Blackboard account. Okay. If not, just let me know so that I can remember that. I know it's not always the case that they have that your name, like sometimes your name changes during your time at Carl Albert. And so it might not be the same or be the name you want me to use. So make sure you let me know if you have created an XYZ homework account that is different from your Carl Albert Blackboard account. Okay. Once you click on that link, you go to student sign up, you put in our new course code 41109. It should then come up as Intro to College Math, Dompierre, Spring 2024. And you are now enrolled and you have access for 15 days without paying. Don't pay for it until those 15 days are over, I would recommend, because a lot of people in the first 15 days of a course, something comes up, you can still drop the Carl Albert course and they'll give you your money back. And then you haven't spent $45 on something that you can't then use because you ended up dropping this course. Okay. So it's not irresponsible. It is recommended to use the temporary access. Once your temporary access is done, do not then go make a new account. Okay. That is very confusing and there's little I can do when you have done assignments in 2 different accounts. Okay. So make sure you save the same, you continue using the same account. You just upgrade your temporary access to full access. If you would like to buy the textbook, you would click here. Oh, darn it. You would click here and then the All Access Pass gives you the ebook, all of the videos, and then access to the website XYZ Homework where we're doing all the homework quizzes and tests for $45. If you would like them to mail you a paperback, you pick the $62 option. Huh. Hold on. That's the wrong book. Anyway, I will fix that. Your option is more expensive. If you would like them to mail you the book. What? I'm so sorry. All right, well, that's not our book. But I will make sure that it links to our actual book. You should not be getting that picture. If you want them to mail you a paperback, you pay, I think it's $88 for our class, and then they will send you the paperback and you'll have the full all access. Good. And then signing in, you just go to xyzhomework.com, and instead of create an account, you hit classroom in here, or that classroom will then change to login. Good. So that is where we will be doing all of the homework, doing all the quizzes, doing all the exams. Here is another schedule. Again, I have just screenshots that I stuck up there, but at the bottom, if you would like to download this calendar, you can choose the PDF. Now, I know it looks a little intense because we have an assignment due on Monday, but there's just a lot to cover for this course. And so it is pretty 3 assignments a week heavy. Good. There's our schedule. My grade, there is not going to be a grade in Blackboard. Okay, so I know most of your Blackboard classes, you will click my grade and it will take you to the Blackboard gradebook. We are just pulling the grade exactly as it is from XYZ homework. So you should have a page in XYZ homework that says gradebook. You'll click on it. It'll show all the assignments. And then at the very, very bottom, so scroll all the way to the bottom of the gradebook page in XYZ math, XYZ homework, apologies. And down at the bottom, you'll have this rubric. You want to go all the way to the bottom of the rubric where it says weighted total, because that's going to include exams, quizzes, and all of the homeworks, and past due. All right. Past due and attempted means that you are working on something before the due date passes. So that's not counting in your past due grade. And then past due and available means everything in the course. Okay. So by May, after you take exam 4, those numbers should all be the same. But until then, you want to focus on the past due weighted total where they meet. That will be your grade. Please reach out to me if you ever have a question about that grade, okay? Because that's where I'm taking the information from to create your midterm grade and your final grade that goes on your, I want to say syllabus, but that's not what it is. It's called a transcript. Good. Also, this tells you how much each part of the course is worth. So we have 4 exams. In total, your exams are worth 70% of your grade. I think that means each exam makes up 15% of your final grade. So as you can see, exams are very important. Make sure that everything you are doing in this course is to prepare you to take a good exam in this course, okay? The homework is where you learn and where you practice. The quizzes, after each homework assignment, there should be a quiz. The quiz is going to model an exam question of the homework content. You can take each exam, or you can take each quiz 3 times. Take one version of the quizzes in an exam-like setting where you're not using notes, you're not Googling anything, so that you know you're ready for the exams. Because every semester, I have students who do the quizzes, they do the homework, they spend a ton of time on the homework, they learn the material, and they don't take the exams. As you can see, if you take 0 exams, you're going to have 10%, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. If we add all of that together, your grade is 30%. So you got 100% on all the quizzes and all the exams, but your final grade is a 30%. That's not passing. Even if you're getting like barely passing, passing, a little bit better, in the 50% range, plus the quizzes, plus the homework, you'll pass the class, okay? Do not skip the exams just because you're afraid that you're going to fail the exams. Don't forget when the exam is due. This is the biggest one, is people don't learn how to use HonorLock and don't take the exams, okay? So it's a big learning curve to use HonorLock, which I know I haven't introduced yet. But if you fail to use HonorLock in January, take the first exam, don't panic. Take the first exam in January, you're really setting yourself up to not get the full advantage of that 70% of your grade, okay? A failing grade, 4 exams where you failed them all, but got 50, in the 50 to 60 range, plus really good quiz scores, plus really good homework scores, that's going to pass you. And this course is just a P or an F. That's all I'm putting on your transcript. Nobody will ever know, except me and you and whoever you want to tell, that you got an A, that you got a B, that you got a C, or that you got a D, okay? They just know that you passed the class or you did not pass. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't strategize it wrong to where you're not passing the exams or getting close to passing on the exams. Close to passing on 4 exams plus quizzes plus homework is a passing grade. It looks exactly like an A. Okay? So that was supposed to be encouraging. I hope that it was. Don't skip the exams. I know honor lock is intimidating and we will go over it, but don't skip the exams. Here is my email if you need it. You can message me through Blackboard. I don't check it as often as I check my email. So it would be better to just go straight to crdompierre@carlalbert.edu or to go through xyzhomework.com. I'm on that more frequently than I am on Blackboard. Good. All right. Tutoring. You should have this link in all of your Carl Albert Blackboard classrooms. And what it is, it's a link to tutor.com. You can use it for any of your classes. It's a human, it's free, and it's online. Okay. You show them what you're doing. They help you, I assume. Concourse is if you want to look at the syllabus in website form, but then here is our syllabus in PDF form. So this is where I should have started. So welcome. Welcome to our course. Welcome to our syllabus. Again, I wrote, please note the highlighted portions. I'm not saying like don't read the syllabus, but if you are not interested in reading the syllabus, read the blue part of the syllabus. So I'll just go over it right now. It's an online course. You work at your own pace. I'm not meeting with you for lectures, but I do have due dates that are strict that are not going to change. They could be moved back, but then I will change everything on the website and make an announcement on Blackboard. Okay, so the due dates don't change. However, you're working at your own pace. Good. Please communicate with me via email. Here's my email again. And then on the subject line, I would really appreciate it if you put Intro to College Math on it so that I know which course of mine you are in. Okay. Also, there is a forum page on XYZ Homework. It is a bit more work than just message the instructor. There's a message the instructor button if you're stuck and you want to talk. There's also a forum page. It would be really cool if when you had a question, you could post it to the forum instead of asking me, because I am sure that other people have this question, and then you are giving other people access to both the question and the answer. You can ask it about the math content. You can ask it about a specific question. You can ask it about scheduling, anything you want. Okay. You can also answer other people's threads in the forum. You don't have to do this. This is not a part of your grade. I know some classes say posting on the forum is part of your grade. It is not a part of your grade in this class, but it would be great to just foster a sense of community because it's an online class and it's a pretty independent class. We don't get to see each other. Okay. There's also new message in XYZ Homework to email about a math problem, or when you're working on the math problem, I believe there is a message instructor button. And then that is helpful because I can see what you're working on and I can either create a little video of me solving it, or I can show you the steps to solve that question. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm going to skip everything that's not blue. Oh, sorry. So here is your XYZ Homework access. Let's see if that website's good. Okay, here's our real course textbook. All right, so it's actually $88. And it looks like that with the fish and such on it. I don't know if I want to go like syllabus. All right. I did it. Okay. So there's our textbook on materials. There it is again. Scientific calculator is good enough. You can use a graphing calculator, but though I have a graphing calculator, I only use the website desmos.com, which is noted right here. I only use this website for graphing. It's a lot easier to look at than a graphing calculator, okay? If you do not have a scientific calculator and you are comfortable with a browser-based calculator, like you open up Microsoft Edge, or you open up Google Chrome and you just go to a website and use that calculator, this is a fine calculator to use. Again, just type in desmos.com. All right, it'll take you to this website. You can either click right here on graphing calculator or math tools up here. Graphing calculator looks like this. And that would be for when we get to graphing units, y equals 2x plus 5, 4, right? X equals 3. Things that sound very confusing, you can just type into Desmos and try to find out if you can see an answer. It's a visual representation of equations. Good. So we have graphing calculator, or we have math tools scientific calculator, and it's just an easier way to write an equation, I think. When we get to, like, here's square root, the square root of 64 is 8, but then you can put that all, I think, into like a fraction. Yeah. Okay, I think it's a lot easier to use than a regular calculator. So as you're putting things as you're seeing a problem in XYZ math, desmos.com scientific calculator is very easy to use. All right, back here. So you do not need to purchase a calculator. All right. The XYZ homework site outlines homeworks, assignments, quizzes, and exams with the start dates and the due dates. I mean, the start dates should be today, and then the due date is when the assignment is showing up in the calendar. The only time that's different is for exams. So an exam is going to start 4 days before the exam due date. So you won't be able to see it in XYZ homework until 4 days before the exam is planned. But then in that case, go to the schedule on Blackboard. All right. Each homework assignment has a corresponding lecture video on Blackboard under lecture notes and videos, which we saw. The videos you can watch before or while you do the homework. You should be ready to spend 3 hours a week working on homework assignments, not even including watching the lectures, okay? If you rely on apps or the internet to answer all the homework questions, you're not ready for the exams. And as we saw, homework is worth 10%, homework is worth 20%, exams are worth 70%. So you're not doing it to do the homework, you're doing it to feel okay about the exams, okay? Quizzes can be retaken 3 times. I would ask you to take one version of those 3 chances, do one of them as though it were an exam so that you know you feel ready, okay? They will take the highest grade, and it will be automatically the highest grade of the 3 grades is what is saved for the quizzes. All right, for the exams. Okay, I'm starting over at exams. Welcome back to me. I had to pause the video. I had to pause it and restart it. There are 4 exams in the course. They're all required. You can use a calculator, you can use scratch paper, you can use writing utensil, and you can use that formula sheet. Again, the formula sheet, you go to lecture notes and videos, exam formula sheet. It's right there. If you want to print it, use the PDF version. All right. In order for exam grades to count, your exam must be proctored and your shown work must be emailed to crdampier@carlalbert.edu upon your completion of the exam. If this is not done, the grade will be overridden to a 0. So I will go into XYZ homework and just put in a 0 over whatever your grade was. So it's very important that I'm going to switch to my face. It's really important that whatever you wrote down during the exam, you then just take a picture with your phone, scan it, do whatever, send it to me, okay? That's half of it. The other reason for that is because I can give you partial credit. The exam questions are not multiple choice, so you're writing in something. If you write it in mistakenly, but I see on your work shown that you had it right, or you had the first half right and you just missed something small to get to that answer, I can give you partial credit, or I can give you full credit if you just type something wrong, but it's written correctly on the paper. Okay, make sure you're numbering the paper. Like this is question 1, this is question 10. It's fine if you're not showing your work for every question, but anything you wrote down, I want to be able to see and its number next to it. Make sense? So just organize that scratch paper, send it to me. You can even write a note like, I know what I did wrong here. You know, get yourself those partial points. The second, so if I do not have that paper, your exam is overridden to a 0. Very serious, because we know that exams are 70% of the grade. If I don't get that email, the exam will become a 0. Second part, if the exam is not proctored, the exam becomes a 0. We haven't gone over honor lock yet, but you're going to see it a lot that there are honor lock expectations. That is because honor lock is a Chrome browser extension that records your screen while you're taking the exam and also records your webcam during the exam. So it sees the person working on the exam and it sees the computer screen that of the person working on the exam. 1 second. So I'm going to show you what I want to see in an honor lock proctoring video. Okay, because right now I could be doing math. I have my calculator right here. I have my paper right here. My phone's way over there. I don't have a second. I do have a second computer right there, but it's not. I'm not using it. I'm not cheating, but the proctor does not know that I'm not cheating. So it's going to be a 0. Okay. Right now, if I were taking an exam right now, as the instructor, I would come in and give myself a 0 on the exam, because even if I'm not cheating, I can't tell that I'm not cheating. What you must do to not get a 0, you know, it's going to be broken record. It's so annoying how often I say this, but it's because this is what causes people to fail the class, and I feel bad about it when people fail the class. All right, get your computer. It's annoying. It's annoying to like set all of this up. Get your computer really far away from your work area. I haven't had my microphone close. Make sure you have your calculator, you have your paper, you have whatever else you want. You can have like juice, water, whatever. Take your exam like this. Reach forward to enter the questions. But besides reaching forward to enter the questions, my hands should not leave the camera. This one's okay. But this one, I'm just right here. I'm not that far away, but I could have a phone. Okay, and I don't know if you have a phone. I'm not going to assume you're cheating, but I'm also going to make it fair. My job is to teach you math and then assess your math. So if any hands like this, I guess hands like this, I'm like looking down. I don't know. Any hands like this for the duration of the exam is a 0. It just has to be. Okay, that's what proctoring means. And I apologize because it's annoying and a lot of people struggle with it. And I feel bad giving 0s for people who, I don't want to decide you're cheating, but who haven't followed these directions exactly. And all that work is out the window. So please take this very seriously. That is what proctored means. This is not proctored. Keeping your hands like this is not proctored. All of the workspace in the camera. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. That is what it means for your exam to be proctored. If it is not proctored, your exam is a 0. For your grade, hold on, sorry. All right, for your grade, A is between 89.5 and 100, B is between 79.5 and 89.5, and then C is anything from 60 to 80. So anything below 59.5 cannot be rounded up to a passing grade. On your final transcript, I think it will just be a P or an F. So it doesn't matter if you got a 90 or a 59.9 in the end. I mean, it does, because if you have to go on to other math classes, but I'm just saying, I wouldn't worry a lot about the letter grade in this course. I think it's just going to be pass fail. Your grade is calculated on the XYZ homework site. It is not going to show up in Blackboard. I'm going to look at your work shown and I'm going to give you more points on your exams. I'm not going to take off points on the exam, but I can give you more points for your work shown. Exams are 70%, quizzes are 10%, and homework is 20%. Yeah, just remember that you have videos for each assignment. There are also little video examples within the textbook and within the website. Post a forum if you want help with a specific problem and you're confident and helpful. Message the instructor if you just want to be direct. It's up to you. And then just contact me if you have any issues. Quizzes reflect exam questions. Quizzes can be taken 3 times. Exams open at midnight, 4 days before they're due, and they close at 11:59 p.m. Oklahoma time on the day it shows up on the calendar. Again, exams won't show up on the calendar until those 4 days before their due date. Exams are password protected. We'll go through HonorLock, but it's a proctoring program that inputs your password into the XYZ website so that you can take the exam. Use the HonorLock tab in our Blackboard to download and use HonorLock, and then use that same link, that same tab to click the HonorLock link, and then it will open up the exams, each exams, okay? I think we have to use Chrome. It might also be usable by Firefox, but I think you have to use Chrome to access HonorLock because it is an extension of Chrome that records you. Or submit the paper of shown work after each exam. If not, the grade's a 0. You can use the formula sheet, you can use a calculator, you can use a writing utensil. This is a bit repetitive. You don't have to use your own calculator. You can use Desmos.com during the exams. You can't use any other website because again, it's recording your screen and it's recording you. So on your screen, you should be on the exam website and you can alternate between exam and Desmos.com, but you can't go to any other website. Obviously that would be considered cheating. And so that would also be a 0. If you miss the exam, it's recorded as a 0. And just make sure as soon as possible that you feel comfortable with HonorLock. So even today, if you would like, you can start downloading HonorLock and working on Exam H. Exam H is on the schedule. It is a graded exam, but it's just an exam to practice HonorLock. 1 second. Exam H for HonorLock is just to practice HonorLock and make sure you feel comfortable before exam 1. It is for a grade, but you can retake it. I will check exam H to make sure that your camera angle looks good so that you're well prepared. You have confirmation that your camera angle is good for a real exam. Okay. Technical issues, you can go to the website support.honorlock.com and they have a chat. They will help you walk you through what you need to do, either to use the HonorLock app or to access one of our exams through the HonorLock website and extension. Sorry. All right. So those are all the blue words. Yeah, we're good. That is the syllabus. So now I guess you don't have to read it if you don't want, but go ahead and read it. Probably, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Go ahead and read it. HonorLock. Let's go to HonorLock. No, let's go to XYZ homework. So remember, go to XYZ homework, click that first top button, and then now I have a ton of tabs open. What was that? That was tutor.com. All right, so you're clicking on that. It'll take you straight to xyzhomework.com. So you can also click there. When it says enroll in a new class, our code is 41109. And then this is what it should look like. Again, here's a good little tab setup. So you have Blackboard, which hopefully I'll give you like weekly announcements, but hopefully we get a lot. Hopefully it's easy enough for you to just use XYZ homework. But I guess Blackboard has the links to the YouTube videos. Okay, so yeah. So here's your Blackboard, here's your XYZ homework, and then here's your Desmos because you're doing the math with the Desmos calculator as you are using xyzhomework.com. All right, here is your welcome page. Here's the schedule. So today should be the 17th, and you will see that your first assignment is 0.1 fraction basics, and then this is its due date. I believe colors just get more like red the closer you get to the due date. And then once the due date has passed, they just turn gray. But that assignment, like, where is it? It's down here. So we're in Unit 1, Arithmetic and Algebra Review, 0.1 through 9.1, just because we're kind of jumping around. Here is Exam H. Click on Exam H. It wants a password. So now at this point, when you want a password, you're going to go to Honor Lock, because you have two tabs open, right? XYZ Homework and Blackboard. And if you're planning to use the Desmos calculator, have that tab open as well. So you're on the Exam H page. It's asking you for a passport, or sorry, password. You go to Blackboard, you click on Honor Lock. It's not going to work because I'm in Safari. Carl Albert Honor Lock. And what should happen is you fully integrated because you got the right browser. And then you will click on Exam H. And then Exam H will, as soon as you click back here, input the password for you. And then you hit start. And that's all you need to worry about with Honor Lock. You need to worry about getting the password in. And then if you would like to see the video of yourself in the, you can keep that window open, but you don't even have to. If it distracts you to see your own reflection of yourself, you can minimize that tab. Just make sure that you've got a good camera angle. And it will input the password, okay? Again, this can be retaken, okay? It's not asking you, I think it's asking you one math question and then some questions about inputting answers into XYZ homework. It is for a grade, but it's not something that you feel anxious about, okay? So back here, we have Exam H, and then you have your first assignment. And you just hit start. Each question you can answer as many times as you want. There should be helpful videos or references to where you can look in the textbook for help, okay? Fractions are hard also. We're calling it fraction basics and fraction operations. I find these first two assignments very hard. After that, real numbers just means numbers. We're adding, we're subtracting, we're multiplying, dividing. It's positive and negative, so that part is complicated, but after fractions, it does get like into algebra, so it's a rough start until the 24th. What else? So here is an exam, what the exam looks like. It'll give you the due date. Here is homework, the due date, and then here's a quiz and the due date. Late pass allowed means that if you missed this assignment, you can, I think you have 10 late passes. You can use a late pass to move the due date of the assignment forward by 1 week. So one late pass gives you a 1 week extension of the due date of that assignment. Okay, so you use them after an assignment is closed. After an assignment is closed because you missed it, don't just use for practice. Apply a late pass so that it counts for credit. Okay, you have 10 late passes. You can use them for anything except exams. Don't get more than a week behind. That's really chaotic, and it's not what this course was meant to, it's not the way the course was meant to be done. So there's how you access each assignment. If you want to just look at the ebook, you can click here. And then messages, if you would like to message the instructor, send new message. Select a recipient. And you can either type it out, or once you get to the question page should offer ask my instructor, and then you don't have to write anything about the question. So that's messages. Forums, again, if you want to build community and just be a brave, strong person, go to forums, go to whatever unit we are on and add new thread, or answer other people's forums questions. Calendar, it's just a bigger it's a bigger version of our calendar. Course map is just that thing below the calendar where you can kind of see each assignment. You can work faster than, you can work ahead on all of this and take the exam 4 days early. That is fine. Work ahead as much as you would like. All right, grade book. You're not gonna be able to see mine because I'm not a student, but basically it'll show you all the assignments. It'll show you the grade you got on it. It'll also show you how long you spent on it. So make sure you're spending enough time on these assignments. I can see how much time you spend, and I would love it if, you know, a normal amount of time was spent. What else does it tell you? I think when you last worked on it. Yeah. Good. If you need help, you can click here. I don't think you should need to log out. And then you should also be able to see how many late passes you have left. Maybe under information. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's under gradebook, but I'm not a student this semester. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. So I want to take exam H. I'm going to click on it. I need a password. I go over here. I have installed HonorLock because I clicked here and I saw this PDF. I followed the directions. Okay. Then I would click here to access exams. And instead of saying that there is a integration issue, it would give me exam H. I would click on it. What it's going to do is it's going to have you give it access to your screen, not like your screen, like it can do things, but to view the screen. And then it's going to ask for access to your camera. It's going to ask you to like do a little swoop of your room that you're in. It is going to ask you to take just like a photo. And then it's going to start the exam. As soon as it enters the password, you can start the exam. And let's see, is that everything? So we went over Blackboard. We went over XYZ homework. We went over Desmos, graphing calculator, scientific calculator. I feel like that might be a good start. So you know you have late passes. If you miss an assignment, you can extend the due date of that assignment by a week. You know how to figure out when things are due. You have an introduction to HonorLock. Definitely email me if you're having issues. If the issues are technical issues, support.honorlock.com. If you're having technical issues with XYZ homework, it's support@xyzhomework.com. Yeah. And then I think I also asked you today to send me an email and a little list of things to do on the announcements. Send me an email just introducing yourself. If there's anything I need to know, you have something that's like, I'm going to be out for a week during this time, or I really have struggled in the past with math, or I have a lot of math anxiety, or anything like that. It would just be a good way to get to know each other so that in the future, if something does come up, or anything like that, you're not hesitating to reach out to me so that I can help you. Sound good? All right. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful first day of classes.